Okay, here we have the Dream Valley Silina. That's Silina dragon version. So this is a taller MSD sized doll with her head. I guess she's about like 50 something centimeters. And this is in the gray resin. I feel like it looks kind of blue in this lighting, but it is a more of a blue-gray sort of blue undertone versus like another gray doll I have from Resin Zone that might have mellowed a little bit, that has a little more yellow maybe to it. I don't know. This is a newer color that they've added to their resin collection as far as what colors they offer. But you can see her head moving up and down isn't too impressive. I've had other dolls that have more of a range of motion up and down. Here she is moving side to side. You know, you see her little jointed horns on the top of her head. Now we're moving down to torso or arms. What are we doing? This is a newer company, I believe. They've been out for about 4 years. As you can see, she can't slouch forward, she can't slouch backwards. That's something I really enjoy, so that's disappointing to me. No doll is going to function exactly as you want every single joint. If they do, it's rare. Everybody has their preferences and level of mobility that they want and posability that they want in their doll. That's just something I like to do. I like my dolls to be able to slouch forward, particularly. The arms are wonderful. Most of everything, I mean, I'm overall ecstatic, even surprised, and she goes beyond my expectations of what she can do, and I feel like I've barely scratched the surface. Haven't had too much time to play with her, so it was nice to be able to take her out to do this body review. So here's her arms and her elbow joints. They move very well. The double jointing in the elbows does everything I want it to, and more. Like, her arm is just sitting up like that. It's not because she's grabbing onto her ear or whatever and it's holding it in place. It just goes back behind her head like that. So they also have a human version of her. She doesn't have all the horns and everything. So here you can see the back where the tail is put in. Oh yeah, and you see the back of the head cap. She's supposed to have a gold Dream Valley medallion there, but she came without it. I already contacted the dealer, BJD, who I ordered her through, and they are going to see if they can get me one. So hopefully they can. Somebody just forgot to glue one in, I guess. And here you see me messing with the wings. They don't just stay up. That would be something that maybe some sueding would help with. Otherwise, her stringing and everything is from the factory. Haven't messed with it at all. I would not look forward to taking her apart anytime soon. Stringing and restringing dolls and all that is not my favorite thing to do. I'm not scared to do it, but you know, it's a chore. It's a chore. It's just one of those maintenance kinds of things. You see even these little claws here at the top of her wing. They are also jointed. It's a neat little detail. They move really well. I mean, I don't know why you would want to change their position. Maybe it's just another way to help them to string the doll, how they were putting it together so that they could pull the elastic through the wings and have something to attach it to, perhaps. Let's see, messing with her wrist here. Not too much of a range of motion, but it's okay. It's pretty okay. The hands are beautifully sculpted. There's actually, for me, not much disappointment with this doll. I actually was expecting her to be more problematic, considering she's a fantasy doll. She has these big old wings, big old tail, clawed feet. Like, honestly, for me, my honest opinion, I believe, and I think, and I believe, and I think the legs are the most impressive. See this knee joint? It has these notches in the back of it, and they just click into place. Not like loud click or anything, but they just go into place. They just do what they're supposed to do, and they hold mid positions and stuff. I didn't get too close up on the knees here, their joints, but they just do what they're supposed to do, which is really nice. And compared to other dolls that I've had, there's no pulling it out to make it do something. You just bend it. You just bend the knee. So it's nice. It does function quite well. And then the feet, the clawed feet. Probably the most impressive sculpting on the entire doll, because the amount of detail going into them, they really make me think of it like a large bird of prey. If you've ever seen like a video or ever seen like an eagle when they're down on the ground, when they're walking on their feet, or a big old hawk or something, that's what they make me think of, the detail in them, which doesn't capture it in the video. And then here's her jointed tail, which does hold different positions. I thought it would just be maybe a little more loosey-goosey, but it does things. And I am very suspicious that if I were to get the human version, she would stand quite well. I don't know, considering the clawed feet, the tail, her whole overall balance is really good. Very good stander on a even surface. Haven't tried her on an uneven surface. Probably would stand well on that too. As you can see, she falls well into just natural poses, just standing there like that. But the way I'm filming her, it's kind of difficult because I have the camera, then I'm reaching out. I'm like reaching out to her, so it's hard to pose her. Here we're looking at the mobility joint. See that little ball, that little notch there, the little nubbin that helps keep the mobility joint in place so it doesn't just swivel all the time. So the legs have some really good solid engineering as far as that goes. It's very nice. The legs are nice. I like these legs. And here I am messing with their chicken feet again. I actually never really played with the feet. I didn't realize how good a range of motion they had until I was filming this. So there she is, just standing there. So when you start messing with her, like I was saying, if you start messing with her and trying to make her pose how you want her to, it becomes a little problematic. But again, she is kind of a force to be reckoned with. She's a bigger MSD. She's not super heavy or anything, but she's got a lot going on with her tail, and then you have the wings constantly moving here and there. And I'm reaching outwards to her, so I'm trying to make her pose here and just, do something. See, she's not looking so great with that pose, a little less organic. The wings, like I said, could use some sueding, if I did say that, possibly. But I'm sure I'll get the hang of her. A lot of times you just have to work with the doll and make them pose and work with what they are capable of doing. Some dolls can do 30 different kinds of poses, and some dolls can only do 10. So let's see, we're getting a closer look at her tail here and how it's strung. Like I said, I would not want to take this doll apart. I would not want to take her apart anytime soon. Good thing she won't have to be. She is brand new. So I'm not opposed to or afraid to restring a doll. It's just a lot of work. And here we go. We're looking at her sitting. So standing, great. Sitting, pretty okay. This is when you really start noticing, or I start noticing, oh, here I am, moving the little horns, whatever they are. Ears? Horns? They're horns, but you can look, puppy dog ears. Woo! They're highly mobile, and they stay in every position you want them to be in. They're just fun. I think they give her a lot of expression, actually. So they're pretty cute. So that's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Once I get her little face up and blushing and everything, and the rest of her outfit. I really do like her. So sitting, there's no slouching. I like to sit it all and slouch it all forward. So when sitting her down, no, her tail does not obstruct her from sitting on her butt. Her wings do not obstruct her. Only thing is, depending on where you're sitting her and who's sitting beside her, yeah, she takes up space. You can curl that tail around her, you can curl her wings up over, and you can close them in front of her, but she's gonna take up space. And then she seems to pull. You see what I'm saying? She's pulling to the side. Something to do with maybe the wings. But this is my first fantasy doll like this. But moving on with that, as you can see, you know, yes, she has the tail, she has the wings. I've made her a halter top, so that's nice. So she can still have a cool top without her wings still being functional, not getting in the way. I'm working on some pants too, a pant pattern for her. I've posted it on my Instagram. Overall, satisfied with her. Glad to have her. Excited for the future with her. So this has been the body review for the Dream Valley Silina in gray resin, the dragon version. Thank you for watching. Feel free to subscribe. Feel free to subscribe if you would like to see more body reviews and just more of her and stuff like that. You know, whatever I decide to put up on here. Alright, that pretty much concludes the video.